Good evening, it's 7 o'clock on Saturday. Not Saturday, oh my gosh. I do apologise. Let's pretend you did not hear that and we try it again. Good evening, it's 7 o'clock. It's Sunday the 11th of April 2021. And it's time for PSGL Formula 10 here at Austria, the third round of the final season of this game, F1 2020. I do believe the last one on a game that's solely on well, I wouldn't say solely on PS4 because it was released before the PS5. But yeah, this is the final season of this game. We are in round 3 of this short season. With 2021 coming up, we have new tracks to deal with. Some ones lost, of course, Vietnam and China. But we are here in Austria. In the Styrian Mountains, the hills will be alive with the sound of 20, well not 20, but I think 18 V6 engines. Virtual ones, that is, of course. This is one of our faster tracks. In fact, in terms of time, it is the fastest track if you don't count Bahrain short. 10 turns. 2 braking zones, 2 heavy braking zones, 3 DRS zones on the straights. Very simple layout. Nothing much. Nothing too complex. As we're waiting for everyone to ready up. Just going to take a look at the standings right now. At the top is Gippo BTW of 26 points. Behind him is his teammate Frisky Biscuit. Then it's Nano Bacon 7 in third. Then Alpha M in fourth with 12. Nano Bacon on 16, I forgot to mention. AJB, actually no, AJB should be above Alpha because he has finished more races than Alpha. Alpha only did not finish in Singapore. Maddie in... Actually, that's wrong as well. It should be Delta in 6th and Matty in 7th. That is a mistake there. The highest position gets the nod when ties are broken. Jacob Reaper in 8th with 8, ironically. Jan Raven in 9th with 5. And Horo in 10th with 5 and a 6th place finish as well for Jan Raven. They both have that finishes. Should not be Aero in 10th, should be 11th because he got lower positions than Jan Raven and Jaro. But they are in qualifying now. As we can see, we have our 5th place competitor Alpha. Just look at the constructor standings. Of course, is Red Bull with 46, Williams with 16. Big difference, big difference. But remember, Williams have took the spoils in both races and have got the most points in both races. 30-point gap seems unassailable, yes, but anything can happen. We are going to look at Mad Scientist, who's the first to set a lap here at the Red Bull Ring. We come through the first corner. And then we go up to turn 2, which is a small kink. And then turn 3, this is the heaviest braking zone of them all. Go as wide as you can without exceeding it. And make sure you get a good exit out there, and you go towards this third DRS zone. Well, second, but still. Oh, we have a driver out. It's the Barza brothers. It's cheating. 2 heads are better than 1, but you can only have 1 driver. You come out of turn 4, a bit of a curve through turn 5, then it's turn 6. Moderate braking zone here, and then another moderate braking zone here. Turn 7 and 8, they're consecutive this time. Be careful not to go too wide there or you will be invalidated, and he has invalidated. Very unfortunate for a Mad Scientist, but you do come through turns 9 and 10, which are somewhat moderate, fast, and... Oh geez, he's went back into the pit lane, but it has botched up. But here is Nano with the first proper lap, a 104.888 on medium tyres, so take it with a pinch of salt. Heavy is going to cross the line now, and he'll go faster with 104.758. Alpha coming through turn 10, the final turn. He seems to have made a mistake and is last. Delta with the fastest time of 104.294. Funnily enough, I was racing him earlier. It was a very interesting race in Azerbaijan. It was wet at the end of the race. He was on soft, but still beat me as I was on intermediates. Aero goes top, and then Josh goes top with a 103.915. Josh is currently on 0 points. He was doing promising in Singapore, but unfortunately failed to score. I think he got pole. Did he get pole? Someone in chat, please ask me if he did get pole in Singapore, please. Thank you. It's been a long week. So he's on top of the world. Well, top of the Styrian Mountains, I should say. Some of the drivers trying to get a lap in. You should be taking a look at Alpha, who set another time, this time a 109.5. Actually, no, he did not set a time because it was invalidated. Very unfortunate for Alpha M. But Williams feel like they're in 7th heaven right now. Okay, not 7th, but you know, 1st heaven. 1th heaven? 1th heaven. Jonna goes 3rd with a 104.028 on 2 lap old softs. Jonna is a reserve tonight. Well, it says here. I'm just going by the standings, but I know how ties are broken. I have to break the ties because somewhat confusing. Frisky Biscuit, our winner from last week, scores a 6th, a 5th, then a 6th, as Maddie goes into the top 3. He is on 10 points. He is in 7th in the championship. Not 6th, if it said. That's just a mistake, but let's be honest, we're all human. In a row, a 103.258, very good time from him. Top of the lot right now. I think, yep, Jono's pitting. Remember not to cut the line, or that will be a penalty. We'll be looking at that during the race. It's best you save the race. Oh my word. What has happened here? There's been a massive incident at turn 3. Jippo, Vicky are involved. I'm not sure who else. Jacob Reaper and Mad Scientist, I think, as well. We might have to get a... Hold on. We might have to get a Stewards Inquiry on that. Sorry about that. We do apologise for the interruption there, but there's a very unusual incident. I must notice it's hard to see because it is in purple. 103.258 versus a 103.915. That's actually pretty impressive. As Jacob has invalidated his lap. Very unfortunate. Yeah, 6.5 temps up NRO is. Welp. They need to play catch up, the rest of them, you have to say. Frisky still on mediums. Delta's already invalidated. Sorry. Right, pardon the interruption. Not Josh, Aero goes 103.952. Is the closest to Josh right now, but Matty's a little closer than he is than Aero is to Josh. Heavy T goes 103.761. Trying to look here, going through with Josh. Make sure not to get too wide at turn 8. Does not, it's fine. Turn 9 and 10 now, this is the crucial one. You're going very high speed through here, take as much apron as you can, and he's gone too far wide, and that is an invalidation as Mad Scientist now goes above him into 4th. Who's not invalidated? Alpha's on a lap. Vicky's on a lap. Mad Scientist is actually Jippo, I forgot to notice, is on a 103.4. He was the guy that unseated Josh. I do apologise. As we're seeing Mad Scientist on a lap. Takes as much of the curb as he can without overshooting. That's the way to do it here at the Red Bull Ring. So Frisky Biscuit and Jippo will feel right at home. Oh, he's went to the pits. Well, it says 0 laps, but okay. Not sure who is on a lap and who is not. I'll be back in a second, actually. They're coming through the final corner and cross the line. 4th, 103.440. And Alpha's went top with a 103.229. I failed to notice that as I was away. I do apologise. Why am I apologising? NRO starting his next lap. We do have an instance. Well, it's actually someone slowing down. I do apologise. There's a bit of a bottleneck up at turn 3. And so, oh, NRO makes a mistake there. That's not desirable. As AJB does the gentlemanly thing, let him through, and NRO abandons. Very unlucky. Should be looking at Jonna. Josh goes third, 103.278. Very impressive. Now here comes Jonna in the Racing Point, which will be Aston Martin next season. Sad we're going to lose this name from this name, but here comes Jonna. He has got 7th. I was about to say it's a shame we're going to be losing this name from PSGL. They've been with us since, well, to be fair, since technically 2018, because in the middle of the season they were taken over by Racing Point. They were Force India, but you know, they had a long run. But Aston Martin have come in to take over as Matty goes 6th, but is unseated by Jacob Reaper. See if there is any other movement. Rulo goes 4th. Rulo failed to score so far, but he is doing impressing everyone here with a 4th place. Just 1/10, give or take a few thousandths, off of the top time of Alpha M. Just clarification. Is it Alpha or is it Alpham? Alpha M or Alpham? Just need clarification. Who is going to be on a lap? I think it will be AJB, who goes 9th. Delta's called it quits. I have no idea why, but he says he's done enough. As we're going to see Nano Bacon cross the line, setting his time, no much improvement, goes up 1 space to 14th. We do see we have the 2 McLarens on right now. Mad Scientist goes 10th. His teammate I was about to go to is in the pit. Here's Jippo, championship leader. Come around the final corner, 6 points ahead of his teammate. How will he do here? It's a top time, 103.202, 27 milliseconds up. Jan Raven goes 6th with a 103.414. It's getting very interesting. You see Vicky setting a time of 146.22. Red Dragon, the only driver still out there who's yet to set a lap, and he's on his outlap now. While drivers are in the pits, we'll be backing them all. Unlucky for Red Dragon there. He invalidates. A couple of drivers coming out to start their final lap, including Alpham, who's trying to topple Jippo as the top man to beat. A 103.202. It's hard to see purple. Please fix that for the next team, Codemasters. Maybe a purple, white on purple background, maybe? That would be better. Alpha puts the throttle down and it's his last hurrah here at Austria. Can he unseat Jippo at the top of the timesheets? If any time to do it, it's now. Oh! He's abandoned it. Now, I'm not sure what happened, but he's not happy and he's decided to abandon it. It's a very unusual situation there, as we're going to go on board with Aero now in the racing point. He's got to watch out for the others behind him. Frisky Biscuit. Very good, smart decision there. He's using slipstream from Frisky Biscuit. That is not illegal. It is only if you do it for your teammate and organise it, I think. Please clarify me on that. Everyone's on their final lap except Delta and Barza, who decided no bueno, we'll stick with our time. Well, Barza crashed. Red Dragon's yet set a time. You see, the gap between first and 16th is no more than 6 tenths. It is very demanding, this track, even though it's very fast. The times are going to be very close. It's like watching esports. As you see, Aero cross the finish line, and he goes top! He goes top of the sheets, 103.158. Now that was very impressive. As we see Jippo starting his final time, he's just saw what Aero can do, and he is to try and replicate it, or better. He comes through turn number 1. He's got to be careful of all the oncoming traffic. Jacob Reaper giving him the nod to go through. See if there's any other action here. We have NRO on a lap. Come around turn number 6, turn 7 and 8. He's fastest in the second sector. Coming through turn number 8. And now towards the final 2 corners. These are going to be very demanding. Oh, bit of a slide there. He is absolutely attacking these corners. Is it enough though? No, it's not. He goes third. Alpham's second. Jippo's coming around turn number 7. 1 minute 15 to go. Oh, he almost cuts the corner at turn number 8. But it looks like he's good. Jan Raven gives him the leeway. And he's cut the corner, and that's an invalidation. He's going to have to go again. Now, does he have the energy to put in one more lap? He can do it now. He can definitely go a second lap in this. Rolo cuts the pit exit, and Jan Raven's gone wide. That's the end of his lap. Matty is also through the first corner. Jippo has all it to do. He's faster than he was last time, I think. You can look through the halo. The halo, of course, designed to keep the driver safe if there's a crash. And Nano Bacon has to stick with the 16th best time at best. Not been a good session for him. He looks clean through there. There's a car stuck there between turns 6 and 7, and he's invalidated! And that's his quest for pole position blown away. He has went overboard, and he will not be getting the pole. He will have all the work to do in the race. Now, can anyone beat? Well, it won't be Jan Raven. That's one for sure. It won't be Maddie. It won't be Jan Raven that I've just said. Jacob Reaper coming around the final corners. He almost goes wide at turn number 9. Turn number 10. He's out there. Now what will his time be? Not good enough. He's an 8th. Josh has went off the track. NRO's slowed down. I think that's it. That's the session over. And that means Aero's on pole position. Aero only have 5 points, 11th in the championship, but that, he's going to be very satisfied. It's going to give him a lot of confidence going into the race. Look how close they are. The gap between first and second, 1/90th of a second. 11 milliseconds. Actually, if you go down to fourth, it's still close. It's 44 milliseconds. 0.12 seconds between first and fifth. That was one heck of a qualifying session. Oh. Frisky Biscuit. Frisky Biscuit, the best of the bottom 10. That means he actually gets a free choice of tyres because, of course, the top 10 have to use the tyres they set their best lap on. And all of them are softs. Josh, free lap old softs, though. He may have to pit earlier, which really isn't an undercut because your tyres are a lap older. So after an exciting qualifying session, it's Aero and Paul, Alpha second, NRO third, a double top three for the Renault boys. Disappointing for Frisky Biscuit, but he does get free choice of tyres. He can start on the mediums if he likes. As you see down here, the bottom 10, of course, well, bottom 9 I should say. They get a free choice of tyres. Barza Brothers and Red Dragon unable to set a time. And they're at the back of the grid. Both drivers have no points. Both drivers haven't finished a race. It'll be interesting to see how these drivers cope with the challenge that is the fast track in the Styrian Mountains. The Red Bull Ring. Actually having my dinner while at it. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Just like to say hello to all of our viewers watching. We have 9 viewers. Very good commenting. Good job. Thank you very much. Don't ask if I should be paid. I'm not going to be. I'd never do like for a league ever. I wouldn't want to be. I do it for free. If I was doing real life like F4, maybe, but not leagues. No, not sim racing leagues. Not a good idea. When is USA? Sorry to break your heart, but USA is not on the calendar for the console division. It is for the PC division. That will be this week, actually, for the PC division, but not for the console division. I apologise. Just a few seconds left until the formation lap begins, and I will take a leave for a minute or two, as we'll let their drivers do their thing in the formation lap. Why do we need to see league races for if you're not racing it? Because we commentators have a duty of bringing you the race coverage to you. So be satisfied, please. Where can I find any information on PSGL races the calendar? The PSGL website. I think it's in the description below. Correct me if I'm wrong. So here are the drivers coming round to complete the formation lap. As you can see, one of the drivers went full rebellion and went hard. That is Vicky. We have 6 drivers on mediums and 2 drivers in the bottom 9 on the softs. Delta and Yona. New ones, of course. The top 10, these are used. But why am I saying used? We're not running an eBay store. I mean, we could sell PSGL merchandise. That'd be a great idea. I want my own PSGL shirt. PSGL branded PS5. But anyway, do not look at that. It is lap 2. It is lap 1. Waiting for the off. Here come the lights. 5 lights are on, and Rulo's got a jump start, and he's got a drive-through penalty. As you can see, he's going through the field right now. It is Aero in the lead. Can come Alpham, and then Rulo with a jump start. He'll have to serve a drive-through penalty, and there's a car in the wall. Frisky Biscuit, the second in the championship, is in the wall, and that is horrible news. They come through to turn number 3, a bit of contact between some of the drivers, but it looks like no major incidents there. But Frisky Biscuit is at the back, and now Jippo is being attacked by NRO and Rulo, who again has a drive-through penalty as Rulo moves NRO nearly off the road, and now Jippo gets a double pass. Very good perseverance from Jippo. He's up to 3rd now. But he's got to do it all on his own because Frisky Biscuit is at the back with damage. After that horrible spin after turn 1. As you see, NRO trying to make a move on Rulo, but unsuccessful. Now Josh can have a chance to pass him. As Aero, of course, sets the fastest lap because he's in the lead. On the first lap, Josh trying to get past NRO, who got run off the road by Rulo, you might think. NRO goes wide, and this gives Josh the chance to pass him, going onto the inside of turn 3. Please ignore the graphics, they are wrong. But here comes Josh on the inside of NRO around turn number 3 and takes position, 5th place for him right now. As we've already completed 2 laps, please ignore that. Frisky Biscuit is in the pits and he's gone on to a set of softs, so he's going to do a 2-stop, of course. But still Alpha ahead of Aero ahead of Alpha, ahead of Jippo, ahead of Rulo, who's getting attacked by Josh right now. I wouldn't say attack, but in terms of offense and defense, yes. I think attack's too harsh. Let's see what other battles we've got on. Please ignore the graphics, or I think they're still wrong. There we go, I think they're fixed now. As DRS is now enabled, it's lap 3. Oh, there's a spinner in sector 3, it's Mad Scientist. Mad Scientist, and in fact he's went in the pit lane. So he goes in the pits. He'll have to change his ring, I suggest, as Josh is on the outside of Rulo. Oh, and he gets pushed by NRO behind him. That actually kind of helps him because he gets a run on Rulo. He has the DRS going on the outside of turn number 4, almost coming at blows there as they come in. Rulo breaks late. Josh with the switch back into 5th, and oh! Rulo's collided with NRO, and NRO's went off the road. Now that's definitely going to be investigated for sure. There's a bit of chaos going behind. NRO is well behind. He's had damaged front wing, and he's been losing lots of positions. Through comes Narrowbacon to take 11th from him. It has gone all wrong for NRO. And oh, there's a spinner. Rulo's off. Rulo is off. He is damaged, and he's getting a 5-second penalty for a collision with AJB. Now I wonder what happened there, but I did miss it. AJB, where's he gone? There he is. He has damage as well. Rulo's into the pits, but he has to serve a drive-through penalty. First, he's broken the speed limit. No, he's broken the speed limit sign. He's breaking all the rules in the book. As you can see, the no pits because, of course, he has a drive-through penalty for a jump start. So he will have to pit the next lap he comes in. In fact, actually, no, he has no damage, so he doesn't need to pit. But LR Delta coming in as well. He has damage. He's going on mediums. Aero still in the lead though, up front. Ahead of Alpha, Gippo, and Josh, who's... there he is. These camera angles, can we have something like Project Cars that that we can change our own angles instead of it automatically changing? It's getting very frustrating. Like just aerial view camera or track side camera or onboard camera, which is considered broadcast. Here's Alpha M on the rear of Aero. DRS coming into play very well for him. He's going on the inside at turn number 3. They're side by side. Aero holds on to first for now, but Alpha's going to have the DRS again. Rule gets a penalty for cutting the corners too many times, or well, going off the track. Alpha on the outside of Aero, but Aero maintains first position. Very good battle between the top two. Oh, the carnage, yes indeed, sir. M&M's. I never knew he was sponsored by M&M's as Aero's drifted away a bit. He's now 6/10 ahead and as Alpha makes a mistake out of turn 8. Jacob Reaper coming up close to Josh for 4th. Jan Raven also behind him. Coming out of the final corner, it's a bit of a slingshot into the home stretch. Coming up close, the DRS is applicable here. Bit dangerous for a move at turn number 1. Oh, and a bit of a slide out of turn number 1. But Jacob's going to have the DRS. He's right on the behind of Josh. Got all the speed in the world, and into 4th position he goes. Now, will there be a response from Josh as Josh pushes him? No damage, but he's got to be careful. If he does that again, he could have to face a pit stop for a new wing. Josh trying to switch back. The old switcheroo. Going on the outside of turn number 4, and he pulls it off very nicely. Great defense from Josh, a great reply, and he's maintained 4th position. Meanwhile, Jippo is closing up to Alpha, who is 8 tenths behind Aero. Gap is closing every turn though. Still 4 tenths. Come around turn number 9. Turn number 10. And now into the DRS zone. Of course, this track hosted 2 races in the real F1 last year. As Alpha goes wide, not very good. Some drivers getting penalties for exceeding track limits too many times. Of course, 3 strikes and your penalty. Oh, not very good from Jippo there. In fact, it's actually helped Alpha. Alpha is now within 4 tenths of Aero. As we see Jacob Reaper on the rear of Josh. Oh, they're side by side. Going through turn number 5. Josh still holding on. This might not end well if you're not careful, boys. Turn 7 and 8. Now Jan Raven's getting into the mix for 4th. Oh. Jan Raven just waiting in the wings to see if Jacob made a mistake. Jacob is going to lose 5th position to Jan Raven. In fact, he's getting very close to Josh as well. He's going to go for a move. He's going to go for a move into turn 1 and he's gone wide. I think that was a bit too ambitious from Jan Raven. He's lost both positions that he just gained and now he has to try again. Back to square 1. Jacob's got the DRS on Josh. He's going to go for a move on the inside of turn number 3. Into turn number 3, but he cannot get anywhere. He'll have to try again. Jan Raven can take advantage of Jacob Reaper's misfortune, but Jacob Reaper was trying to cut him off. Going into turn number 4. For position number 4. Jan Raven, look at all the cars coming behind him. It's going to form a big train. A 6-way train possible. Jan Raven getting very frustrated. Josh and Jacob refusing to yield. Josh goes off the track. Will that help Jacob's cause? Jan Raven still trying to get up close. So going to come through the DRS zone. Josh gets a penalty for exceeding the track limits too many times. And now Jan Raven's going to try another move on Jacob, the one he failed to do last time. He's on the outside of turn number 1. But Jacob Reaper holds on to 5th position. Jacob made a mistake, and Jan Raven's going to come through for 5th. Now will he get Josh in time if turn number 3 comes? He's going to go on the inside, right through in to turn number 3. He's went wide. He's went wide. Josh takes back the position. He's going to try again. No, Jan Raven is. He ain't giving up. Not today. The Mercedes driver trying everything he can to get past Josh, who has a penalty. Oh, he's went off the track. And now Jacob comes back into 5th. It is a massive switcheroo game here. Jacob Reaper now on the rear of Josh 9867. But the train is starting to get bigger and bigger. Gotta be careful now. Jan Raven has a penalty for going wide. Gotta be careful, because you cut the corners too many times, you're gonna be warned by the stewards and then penalised. So put your money where your mouth is. Wait, do you? Well, look before you leap, I guess. Oh, Alpha's in the pits. Alpha's in the pits. He is going to do the undercut. Very interesting. Is the Alpha in Sector 2? Alpha in Sector 2, it's Enero and Delta have collided. It's back to the position for 3rd. They're still chasing Josh. Josh yet to score, of course. Jacob Reaper in 6th and 8th in the championship. Trying to go around the outside of Josh, and they collide out of turn number 4 and into turn number 5. He's going to the inside of turn 6. My goodness, it's early, but try not to give me heart attack. And there's an incident in sector number 2. I do believe Rulo has had another incident after turn number 3. Cannon broadcast, Jan Raven's going in the inside of turn number 9. Is he going into the pits? And Jacob Reaper gets a penalty. Jan Raven is going into the pits. Of course, he has to not cut the yellow line. The white line, I should say. No, I'm not colourblind. Jacob now trying to move on Josh. Going out of turn number 1. No collision somehow. But now he has a chance to get past Josh once and for all. They've been jostling for several laps. Is this where it's going to end? Someone's going to have to pull a dive. Here comes Nano Beacon. Nano Beacon from absolutely nowhere takes 3rd position. What a brave move from Nano Beacon. He's up into 3rd. He had a horrible qualifying, but he has made up for it with now up into 3rd place. My goodness. And in fact, Jacob Reaper is losing ground. He's lost a position to Heavy T. He's trying to get around Heavy T. They're side by side into turn number 5. Turn number 6. This might not end well. He goes through, keeps his 5th position. My goodness, it's already getting very tense. We're not even halfway through the race, or even a third through the race. Aero and Jibble pulling away though. There's a 1 second gap between them, but Nano Bacon in the podium position, 8 seconds behind Gippo. Going to have to do a lot of work to get past him, but he is on the medium tyre, so he of course can pit later if he wishes. Jacobs went into the pits. Matty's went into the pits. Looks like the soft tyres have done their job. Were the tyres gone? That's not what we want. As we see Heavy going for a move on Josh for 4th. He's the fastest sector 1. He'll get a DRS out of turn number 3, and now he'll have to try and charge at Josh, but he's not getting any close to Josh. He might have to abandon that chance and come and try next lap, which he will. Ooh, not an ideal turn number 4 there. Pack starting to spread out. We see after the pit stops. Oh, and Delta has given up. Delta has had enough. It's not gone well for him, and it's the end of his race. No points. And he will stay on 10 points, and he might not be 6th position for long, as Aero has come into the... What? What? What in the world? That is horrible luck for Aero. He's been stuck behind a retired LR Delta. I can't believe I just caught that on camera. That is horrible luck for Aero. He's going on the hards. And he's dropping well back. He's been done dirty by the game, I tell you. That is so unfortunate. But Manny now going for a move on Jacob Reaper for 8th. Both have just pit. Of course, the top 6 with the exception of Alpha are not pitted yet, but Jacob Reaper has been passed by Matty. They go into turn number 4. Matty holds on to the position, but I do not know what happened there to Aero. Aero was definitely held up in the pit lane somewhat. And Jippos went into the pits. This means Narrow Beacon will inherit the lead after being well down in qualifying. But Jippo, of course, taking the pit stop. No interference here. Sorry if I'm stammering a bit. He comes out 5th ahead of Jan Raven. And he does have the softs on. So it looks like he's doing a 2-stop. Or is it? Nah, he can't do 23 laps. Yona, Red Dragon and Frisky Biscuit have pit. Oh! I forgot about that. Jacob's got passed for 7th. Will Matty come in with a response? The answer is no, not yet. But that error incident, that was a case of no mate, please wait. Computer says no. That was very sketchy from the game. We might have to review that. Maybe LR Delta shouldn't have retired from the race. In my opinion, you should just keep fighting until... Just keep fighting. Don't retire prematurely unless you crash out. But hey, what do I know? Jiffel's going to get past the Barzer brothers for 4th. Barzer brothers yet to pit. Of course, Heavy T yet to pit. Still the 2 leaders though. The pit stops usually take 20 seconds, so if they do pit now, they'll come out, I'd say 8th. 8th or 9th. Fastest lap so far is Rulo, 106. Aero, who was held up in the pits, and it wasn't even a double stack. And there's a call! Jippo's off the track! Jippo, our championship leader, is off the track! I do not know what happened there, but he has lost it out of turn number 6, and he's now in 9th. And some drivers, again, getting penalties for cutting the corners too many times. That's going to happen a lot here. Aero now up to 8th. Chasing Maddie, who is chasing Jacob. It's a long road. It feels like a long way away, this 3rd corner. Yes, I know, turn number 2 isn't really a corner, but they say it is, so I have to do that. The Barzer brothers has been passed by Jan Raven. A very nice move into turn number 4. Barzer brothers on much older tyres, of course. So Jan Raven with the tyre advantage. The clouds are starting to gather. Is it going to rain? We're not sure, but Heavy has DRS. So we come through down to the 6th, 7th and 8th. Maddie goes wide there, that might be a warning. Of course it was raining in Singapore, but people opted to stay out in the softs. And some people went into the inters. It was a very interesting race. What will happen here? It's a case of deja vu here in the Styrian Mountains. Although it is April, it's supposed to snow, really. We don't have snow in the game, and he gets very close, does Aero, to Maddie, but... Will he make a move here? Looks like he's too far away. go to Heavy T, who is within half a second of Nano Bacon. It's raining! It's starting to rain! And drivers are going to lose grip left, right and centre now. This race has turned on its head. And this is good for the leaders because they can pit for inters while the others haven't. Well, the others have, I should say. And Nano Bacon has a penalty. And Heavy's coming close to Nano Bacon. He's going... No, he decides to abandon the chance to move in turn 3. He's going to go at turn number 4. I know what he's going to do. But it's starting to rain. The DRS is still enabled. There's your proof. Meanwhile, we see Aero coming up close to Maddie for 7th position. Oh, he pushes Maddie off the road. That might be looked at. And Jippo will pass him. Will Maddie come back at him at turn number 4? He goes on the outside. No, he has to settle for 9th. But it is starting to rain. How will that affect the drivers at the top? Of course, they haven't pitted yet. They've pretty much won the lottery at this point. They're going to stay out as long as they can until the grip goes off. And the Barca Brothers is coming in. He wants to go into medium intermediates now. Meanwhile, the two leaders are going jostling for position. Heavy T's past Nano Bacon. Nano Bacon, will he come up for reply? Out of turn number 3, no, he will not. Nano Bacon will get the DRS. Wait, there's the DRS. It's still on. Trying to get as much slipstream as he can and then go for a move into turn number 4 perhaps. He does not go for a move. And to be honest, I wouldn't blame him considering the changeable conditions. This is the worst kind of thing for a driver. Barca the first driver on the intermediates, but is it too early? Oh, you can see a hit of slipping around. Alpha M is on the back of Nano Bacon. He has a tyre advantage. He is on younger tyres. Oh, Alpha's getting impatient. He's going to go for a move, is he? Surely not here, right? No, playing it sensible. Oh, he makes a mistake out of turn 1. Yeah, it's getting very, very slippery here. Jan Raven's pit for the intermediates. Saying mediums and there's a car off. I believe it's NRO. NRO off screen has went off the track. I can't go into it now. This battle for lead is just too good. Alpha's lost a bit of ground. Nano's getting close to Heavy. Heavy T still holding on, and he slides out of turn number 4, going through turn number 5 now. J4 has lost 6th position to Maddie. Is it getting too dangerous for these medium tyres? Is the time to pit now? Heavy is saying no. Nanon's saying no. They're all saying no. They won't go an extra mile. Will anyone else pit? We're looking at Jacob Reaper. Actually, no. Alpha trying to get move on Nano Bacon now. He's within 1/10. He's going to go through the first corner and into 2nd place. And I don't... Yeah, he has the DRS. They both have the DRS. Heavy does not. Nano will not be happy. DXT, Maddie and Jippo are in the pits for intermediates. Thought so. Jan Raven will get through him. But these guys are still... I'll tell you what, they're doing very well to stay out there with these tricky conditions. Lap 21! Nano nearly loses it! But he's 11 seconds ahead of Jacob, so not too much to worry about. As Vicky gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's 5 seconds added to his race time. Oh, they're all pitting for inters now. The leaders have not, though. The top 8, bar Jan Raven, have not pitted. They're coming in. They're coming in. Heavy's in. Alpha's in. Nano's in. They're all in the pits. We know they're going to be stopping for intermediates. There's the message from race control, DRS disabled. Everyone's going to be coming in to the pits for intermediates. Yep, they're all coming in. Make sure you don't cut the... Oh, I think that's legal. You had 2 wheels, and there's a yellow in sector. It's Jippo. Jippo on intermediate struggling, and he has spun out, and here comes his teammate. It's not going well for the Red Bull boys. This is just what Williams need. And Aero taking a long time in the pits there. Josh comes in just after Nano Bacon, and that's pretty good because there's no double stack there. Jan Raven, who pitted earlier, the undercut somewhat worked. He's up to 4th now. And now Nano Bacon's on the rear of Alpha. Oh, no DRS. It's going to be much trickier now. Frisky Biscuit, the last driver to not go on the intermediates. And he's the pit ladies sped in the pit lane, and that's another 5 seconds. As he sees now 11 seconds of penalties. It is not Red Bull's day, and this is just what Williams needed. Alpha, Aero, and Maddie, the only drivers without penalties so far. Oh! Goes a little too much on the curb there. Just under 2 seconds the gap between him and leader Heavy T as they come around turn number 10, the final turn to start lap 23. Not much close battles going on now, is there? Now that the rain has come tumbling down in the mountains. Frisky starting his charge to try and get back up the order. Just has not been his day. Started 11th, crashed at the first corner. And Gippo hasn't done much either, actually. In fact, he spun a couple times from 4th. And it's just all gone wrong for the Red Bull boys. See Aero closest to someone else, that is Jacob. Jacob has a penalty, Aero does not. This is of course a different Aero, it is not SHZ Aero. There's too many Aeros. Ours is the league that had Aero in its name, it's very coincidental. Jeppo gets a penalty now, oh jeez. It is not Red Bull's day. But it's good news for Red Bull is they cannot be overtaken yet. So Williams are 3rd and 8th right now. There's a yellow flag. I do believe that's Rulo. He spun off again. It is not going well for the AlphaTauri driver, and Josh gets a penalty again. He's on 9 seconds now. Alpha's got his first penalty, by the way. Can Aero make good use of it? Can Matty make good use of it? Just don't make a mistake and you're all good. He's been 4 attempts off Jacob Reaper. See the rain starting to plummet it down now. Nano has another penalty, that ain't good. Because these guys are coming up close now. There's no point of switching streams, we're going to keep it on the penalty screen now. Oh, an interest I'd imagine? Aaron Matty's still the only drivers without penalties so far. No safety cars, no virtual safety cars as of yet. There's still 12 laps to go here at Austria. $18 viewers, hello to the 18 viewers watching. Aero still chasing down Jacob Reaper. The gap remains at 3 tenths. Of course, DRS off due to the circumstances. In that circumstance, it is too wet! Aero. Getting closer, getting closer, getting closer, but still not close enough to justify a move. Probably the only close battle we got on track right now. As we see a nice helicopter shot of the two, jostling for 5th position. It's like a game of cat and mouse. And it is. Gosh, we could try and revive Tom and Jerry now MGM have binned it. No, it's Itchy and Scratchy. So I've been a little quiet recently. First I have my supper next to me, and there's not been much action going on. Aero still up close to Reaper, and there's another yellow flag. I do believe Vicky has spun off out of turn number 7 and into turn number 8. It's just not been the Ferrari's day, just like in the real Formula 1. Sorry, I had to do it. Actually, NRO is getting close to Red Dragon. Oh, it is getting very treacherous now. Very, very, very treacherous, very slippery. It might be wet. And he locks up into turn number 3. But yeah, the conditions are getting very tricky. And Vicky has given up, and that is both Ferraris out of the race here in Austria. As we still see Heavy T in the lead. Oh! Jan Ravens went into the pits. Is that wet? It is wet! And there's another car off! Gippo spun again! And crashed into the wall again. It's just not been the Red Bull driver's day. NRO starting to get close to Red Dragon. He goes wide out of turn number 10 though. See Red Dragon getting close to Mad Scientist. How mad is he? We'll find out next time on the PSGL show, which is our spin-off to the Jeremy Kyle show, which is no longer in the air, thankfully. Aero. We've been on for him for a while, to be fair, but he hasn't made any ground. He's actually going into the pits! He thinks it's too bad for the intermediates! This is going to be very interesting. Will it pay off? Coming in. He does not feel satisfied with these green intermediate tyres. He's going to go Blues Cruise, as they would say on Deal or No Deal. That tyre animation is really weird and they really need to fix it. But it is a video game, so we've got to make some allowances. Oh, Mad Scientist is off! Mad Scientist is off the track and into the gravel. Is he starting to struggle? Oh, come on! No! That is never a 10-second time penalty. Jeppo has got another time penalty. He's given up. Jeppo had enough of the horrible luck he's having. John, of course, coming in the pit lane. And Red Dragon finishing behind Jonna. So as you can see now, we have 5 drivers on wets and 11 on inters. Sure is becoming a very interesting race as Aero attempting to overtake the Barza brothers, and he nearly runs into the back of him. The Barza brothers cuts the course, going on the outside of turn number 8, and he's through into 8th. Barza coming through, and I think he's coming into the pits as well. He's gone to the inside, committing to the pits, and he is in. They're all coming in now. Josh is in, Matty's in, Reaper's in. Jan Raven's not in. Barza's cut the sped in the pit lane. That's a 5-second penalty. To be fair, Rulo did knock off the pit speed limiter sign. Look at it coming down! It is a torrential rainstorm here in Styria. And the only person that didn't use the wets was Delta. He got out of the rain. Lucky him. Barza brothers come out 10th. They didn't set a time in qualifying. He's done very well to get here then. But, oh boy, the top 3 are going to be feeling the heat. They've not pitted yet, and I think a Nano Bacon is coming in. Alpha's also coming. They're going to go on the medium tyres, and Alpha's got the 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. A 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That is not going to be good. He comes in the pits, gets wet. Heavy still out there, 16.5 seconds ahead, 18 seconds ahead I should say. And that gap will build ever so slightly. But surely, surely now he's got to go into the wets, right? I mean, it's his choice. Aero and Matty still not got penalties. Heavy ahead of a back marker. Heavy T is on 2 points. He's usually a reserve. 13th in the championship. He's actually let the back marker through, and he's going to go into the pits. Now he's going into the pits. Now the question is, will he come out ahead of Alpha? I know Alpha's at 8 seconds of penalties. Canano 6, but it's a very crucial position is in this game. What will he go on? Well, we know we're going on wets. On go the wet tyres. Where's Alpha? There he is. I think he's going to be past him. Let's find out. Oh, that's wrong. Yep, there he is. He is ahead of Heavy T, but is Heavy T ahead of Nano Bacon? No, he's not. And that's very good for Heavy T because Alpha has 5 seconds of penalties more than Heavy T, so if Heavy T doesn't make a mistake, then this is Heavy T's for the taking. Nano's not out of it yet. If Heavy T makes a mistake and Alpha gets another penalty, then he could win this race. Everyone except Enero, Rulo and Frisky Biscuit on the wets. Frisky Biscuit coming in for his wet tyres. Don't think that's how the engine's supposed to rev. But Alpha keeping it under control, but Heavy. It's in the prime position right now. Alpha, that 5-second penalty for speeding the pit lane may cost him the victory and maybe more. Because Nano, he has 6 seconds, but he's got to hope that Heavy makes a mistake. And Alpha makes another one. It ain't over until the checkered flag falls. Four laps to go here in Austria. You can see his dash cam there. 300 kilometers per hour down to turn number 4. Cars are ruthless in the wet. even in the wet. Oh, and Jacob Reaper and Matty are battling again. After this, I'm going to watch the Masters Golf. Oh, goodness me, Matty nearly slides out of turn number 8. Enough golf chat, to be fair. 3 laps to go. Heavy looks like in a good position. 2.4 seconds behind Alpha. He's got to be within that 5-second window to win the race. As a reserve, I can add. As a reserve for Shabzafar. I'm going to call him Shabzafar. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But we see the battle between Matty and Jacob escalating. There's a yellow in sector 2. I think it's Mad Scientist letting through the leaders. Yeah, he was leading Heavy T through. Oh my goodness, look how hard it is to drive in it. The visibility very poor now. Oh, Heavy T's got a penalty! Heavy T's got a penalty for ignoring the yellow flags! Now I'm not sure what happened there. Surely that's going to be ruled against in the steward's office. That is very unfortunate. Now, what did he do? If he did overtake under yellow flags, then that is a 5-second penalty, but my word, that might be thrown into question by the stewards. I do not know what happened there. I was watching all the other battles. 2 laps to go though, and Alpha thinks, what in the world just happened to Heavy T? He's got a 5-second penalty. They've cancelled themselves out. Alpha could provisionally win the race. Unofficial, of course. Closest gap still Jacob and Matty, but a very controversial ending to this race. Now Nano could be second here if Heavy T slows down. As we see Alpha coming around the final corner. That's not Alpha, that's Frisky Biscuit. Alpha coming around the final corner to start the final lap here in Austria. But what a crazy race this has been. We had a crash at the start involving the second in the championship. We had a lot of other incidents. We had the rain come down so bad we had to go in wets. And loads of penalties galore. What a crazy race this has been. Shows why PSGL is the most exciting league in the business. In fact, Matty's getting close to Jacob. He's on the end of Jacob, but he can't get past. Oh, Jacob's went wide. Jacob's went wide. What will Matty do? He gets through. Will Jacob make a response? Jacob coming through. He's going to go on the inside. They're coming through to turn number 4. They're battling their hearts out. Going to the end. They touch. They touch, and Jacob gets through to 6 once again. My word. But we go back to the front now. Alpha. Very unofficial, yes, but well. What a finish to this race. Alpha will come through and unofficial, but he will win the race as Frisky Biscuit lets him through. Heavy in second. Nano Bacon in third. Will Jan Raven come close enough? No, he will have to settle for 4th. Aero, no penalties, very good job, but he does finish 5th. Jacob has a penalty, so Matt will take 6th position. Jacob finishing 7th. Josh will be finishing, I'm sure, in 8th. Yeah, the other guys are too far behind. Barza Brothers has 17 seconds worth of penalties. I don't think that's going to be points. As NRO comes through, he may take 9th position. And he does. Red Dragon's actually got a penalty. And Barza Brothers, well, yeah, the penalty already. Red Dragon coming through the final corner. No. Barza Brothers holds on to 10th position and 1 point. But that is provisional, of course. It is Alpha M with first place, 16 points. Heavy T second, 12. And Nanobacon third with 10. But those are unofficial, of course. Heavy T's penalty is going to come into question. Heavy T apparently got an 5-second penalty for overtaking a lapped car, so that might mean that Heavy T's the winner. Can't say for sure though. So chaotic but fun. I've watched him. Thank you very much, M&M's. Are you actually the owner of M&M's? Probably not, but you know. Right, I'm going to get these guys in the booth. I will be back in a couple of minutes. Here is the results. Provisional, of course. Alpha, Heavy, Nano, Jan, Raven, Aero. Did I say Nano or Aero? Alpha, Heavy, Nano, Jan, Aero, Matty, Jacob, Josh, Enero, Barza Brothers, Yana, Red Dragon, Rulo, AJB, Frisky Biscuit, Mad Scientist, Jippo, Vicky, and Delta. Of course, these are provisional, of course. Who's my driver of the day? Well, I'd have to say from 15th and possibly 1st, Heavy T gets my vote. But don't rely... Yeah, Nano Bacon, of course. Aero did not have a good day. He got very unlucky, in fact, in the pits. And that could have cost him the victory. Right, I'm going to get these guys in the booth. And I'll be there with you shortly. Heavy T 14. Apparently Alpha M will not get my message. Hello Nano Bacon, just give me one moment.
Yeah, no problem.
That was mad.
Yeah, definitely.
Trying to catch my breath after the first few laps. I was running out of breath.
Looking forward to watching it back, to be honest, you know.
Oh yeah, couldn't stop commentating for the first half an hour.
No chances to take a breath.
Not as a commentator, I'm just gonna get Alpha a friend request and then he can join the party. Unless he doesn't want to do an interview.
Let's see.
I'm gonna leave the lobby and go to the showroom screen because I like to show off the winning car in victory lane. Or the winner's circle. This isn't NASCAR, I'm gonna say the winner's circle. Then it would be an episode of the $25,000 Pyramid, the American game show. Who was the winner? Well, I wouldn't really say who the winner is because, of course, Heavy T apparently got a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flag by overtaking a lapped car.
Just to chip in on that, you know, I saw him get the 5 seconds and I was like, well, that's really random, and I guess it must have been with Mad Scientist, but yeah, he should get that removed. So we'll see. I'm
just trying to get Alpha See if we can get Alpha. We're trying to get Heavy T in as well. Yeah, but I think I need to lie down after that. Yeah, I saw that Arrow got held up by the LR Delta when he was in the pits.
Yeah.
For like 7 seconds, and that might have cost him the race. I'm not sure if we can like remove a penalty or something. Like remove time. I don't think you can.
I think because it would change like where you are in a stream of cars. So the battling might be different. So I think it's just safest to leave it as it is. But it's a shame.
Yeah, this game needs to be fixed. Alright, can't get Alpha, I'm afraid, but very congratulations to him. We're trying to get Heavy in as well. We haven't got him in. We'll have to ask him about the yellow flag incident. But yeah, Heavy went from 15th to possibly the win. And you went from 16th and 3rd place.
And lead him a race for a little bit, crazy stuff.
And here he is, Heavy. Welcome. I'd have to say congratulations on 2nd, but it could be 1st, considering what happened on, was it lap 33 or 34? Towards the end of the race, you got a 5-second penalty for a yellow flag ignorance. Can you bring us details on what happened?
Yeah, basically there's a lapped car in front, I think it was a McLaren.
It was a mad scientist.
Yeah, and it gave me a legal overtake, said to give it back, obviously I wasn't gonna because it was a lapped car. And yeah, it gave me a 5-second penalty, so I don't know if it happened to the guy in front of me as well, because he had the same penalties. So I don't actually know who's won the race.
Well, it is one of these weird moments. It's kind of like the season 26 finale in F1, where Gil got a couple penalties and we weren't sure who won the championship, and then they removed the penalties from Gil and they gave him the championship instead of Onyx, which was a pretty cruel way to lose the championship for Onyx. But yeah, it's kind of like that. I think if these penalties does get removed, we are declaring you the winner.
Does the same not happen to the guy in front?
Yeah, it's kind of a weird way to win it, not on track, but like winning it by being handed it by the stewards isn't the most gentlemanly way to win. Let's be honest. You'd rather win it on track, but we will look into this. The stewards are actually going to look into it now. Because that very weird, but I've got to give you credit. 15th to possibly the victory. You pretty much, both of you and Nano Bacon, you pretty much won the lottery. You were out there on mediums, because you didn't have the best of qualifying. It was very close qualifying. 1st to 16th was separated by like 3/4 of a second. It is Austria though.
I spun on my last lap, and I was just waiting on the grass.
Oh, rip. Yeah, it's just... You must have been chuffed when you heard there was going to be rain. And then worse, you'd have to go on wet tyres.
I was on, I think my mediums were on 75 or something, just as it started.
Yikes!
It worked out perfectly.
I can only imagine what it would be like on hards, because, when they get to the losing grip stage, it's harder. It's like it's like less percentage you lose grip at. Probably would have been the same effect, but gotta give you both kudos to getting through the grid and both claiming a podium. And congratulations to Alpham, of course, who's not here, but we send our congrats on also making the podium. I can't say if he's won the race or not because we are definitely unsure. I know Nano Bacon is 3rd. unless he gets reported for something. It was an exciting race, left, right, and centre, though. I've got to give you that. I noticed Rulo in the AlphaTauri had a horrible race. He had a drive-through penalty.
Yeah, because I was talking to Josh, my teammate, during that. Apparently he was on a bit of a mad one after getting that drive-through, but we'll have to see what happens in the stewards there.
Well, rules are rules. You jump the start. Back then, if you jumped the start, you didn't get penalised. I've got the DVD of F1 from the 70s, and if they didn't even care if you jumped the start. In fact, you didn't. No, they did actually. But what I'm trying to say is, they didn't stop. They didn't wait for everyone to stop. And when that happened in 1978 in Monza, of course, sadly, Ronnie Peterson was killed in an incident relating to that. So I think they changed the rules to wait for everyone to stop before starting the race. But yeah, they're there. The rules are not there to be broken, they're there to be followed. And if they're broken, we take action where action's due. But yeah, you must be happy with that, Nano. 2 points finishes where the Red Bulls faltered. That brings you closer. 10 plus 3 means you're now within 17 points of the Red Bulls. Actually, wait, who got the fastest lap? Can someone tell me who got the fastest lap? I missed it.
Ooh, I'm not too sure.
Well, I actually think it was Delta. No, not Delta. I think it was one of the back runners, but they won't get the point. I honestly think, in my opinion, the rule should be the fastest lap within the top 10. So they count who's in the top 10 first, then they choose the fastest lap from it to get the point, not overall. So they always award the point. But, you know, that could be considered in next season's F1.
Yes.
Well, another league does it. I can't say what it is, obviously, because they're not allowed to say that. But I think that'd be a nice innovation. But got to say, congrats from getting from near last to the podium. That's pretty tough job to do.
Yeah, I mean, me and Heavy both had an excellent first stint. You know, I was up into third place and Heavy was just behind me in fourth. And that was before the first pit stop started to happen, really. So that was a really good first stint from both of us, I would say. And then, you know, as you say, we got a bit lucky with us being able to make it to the wet weather. Just about, as Heavy was saying as well, 75% tyres, so, you know, just about clinging in there. But then, yeah, it was trying to not spin it in the rain and keep careful with the penalties, because I'm a bit bad for the corner cutting penalties. But yeah, it just shows if I can get my qualifying together, you know, can get some decent results. But it's another good result for the standings. You know, 2 podiums and 1 5th place is not bad so far.
Absolutely. Absolutely not bad. Yeah, I love that move you had between, I think it was Jacob and Josh. You got past both of them for third. That was some move.
Yeah, I was really happy with that. Josh was giving me a bit of a hand, you know, he's like, come on, get the move done. So, you know,
team orders then. Very good.
Yeah, a little bit. So, you know, props to him as well. But yeah, I was really happy with that move, and I was actually really happy with my move on Heavy the lap before. Because, you know, we had a bit of a squabble all the way through the race. I'm not sure if that's picked up on stream, but yeah, some good battling out there.
Check back.
Yeah.
Right, I'd love to talk more, but I'm going to be watching, and I am allowed to promote this because that's actually one of our commentators. In fact, most importantly, the PC division, which is our elite division, of course. Of course, we have a lot of great drivers here in the PS4 world, but of course, all the big names are on the PC since we had it introduced in January. In fact, CRG Geo is actually streaming in a couple of minutes, so I've got to stop soon. But anyway, we should look forward to the next round, round 4 of the championship. And I believe, if I click right here, we'll show the winner's car. Well, we say the winner's car. We don't know who's won yet. It's weird. You wait for years. I think we waited like weeks for James Hunt to be declared the winner at Spain because he was disqualified and they reinstated him. But yeah, the next race will be next week, and it will be in the world famous Spa-Francorchamps. The longest track in the game, 7.004 kilometers. It's actually over the recommended maximum length of an F1 track. Naughty, naughty. But then again, you've got Monaco at 3.3 kilometers when it's supposed to be 3.5 or more. So 22 laps around Spa. It's as a classic, you must be really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I always go well around Belgium. Last 2 seasons I've come third, so yeah, looking forward to it again.
And Heavy, your opinion on Spa?
Depends on the weather, really. I think we could.
You just hope it rains again.
No, I don't.
Oh no! Well, be happy. You got a podium, and maybe the win.
Yeah, that's the first one in 2 years.
Alright, gentlemen, congrats on your results once again. That will be the conclusion of tonight's stream. I'd like to thank everyone for watching this intense race in Austria, a dry to wet race. You've not got long to wait, of course, for the next bit of action. Of course, we got F6, 7, and 8 running now. No, not F6, just F8 actually. I keep getting them confused. F8 will be on right now. I think they just started the race. Tomorrow we'll have the top divisions in Austria, and of course we'll have the PC division running in the United States, Austin. So please be on the lookout for that. Will Jarno Otmir win once again and perhaps take an unlikely championship in his first season back in PSGL since his triumph in F1 in season 25? Was it season 25 or was it 24? I know he won a PSGL. Well, yeah, since his F1 PSGL success, of course, he dominated that season. But I'd like to thank you all for watching this stream. It's been really fun, I think. Well, it's for them to say if it was exciting or not. But it's been real fun watching this, and we'll see you next week for Belgium. Until then, have a good evening, and see you next week.